Thanks for tuning in to K-Log's Review. Today, let's take a look at the Asus Transformer Mini T102ha. This is said to be a nice, convenient 2-in-1 tablet. There are a lot of 2-in-1 tablets out there on the market, but Asus, for the price point, gives you a lot of bang for your buck. So the Asus Mini T102 has a 10-inch display. It comes with a Atom Core X5 processor, and it has the latest update of Windows 10. Also under the hood, we got 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabytes of flash memory. It is also made up of some really nice premium material, incredibly light magnesium aluminum alloy. The transformer is super thin and super light. It's a slender, coming in at 13.9 millimeters thin. It weighs less than 800 grams. How convenient is that? Especially when you carry it in your backpack or carrying it in your hand. Very nice tablet, very thin and super convenient. And also, once you open it up, Windows is known for having this hinge that lets you go all the way back, not totally flat, but at a 170-degree angle. Because sometimes when we sit at our desk or we maybe out at a coffee shop, there are certain lights that's in there that's reflecting on our tablet that makes it kind of hard to see from certain angles. So it's really nice to have this angle of 170 degrees, so you can kind of avoid having to have certain really lit up spots due to the reflection where you're using your tablet. Also, what's very interesting about this tablet is it has a easy touch process like most smartphones have. Not a lot of laptops have this feature as well. Is a Touch ID. I think the iOS on the Apple product and the latest ones on the Samsung products have this pretty nailed down. Not quite sure if Asus Transformer got this one right, because from my experience with this tablet, it does read your fingerprint, but if you don't log totally out of the computer, anyone can open up and it will require a Touch ID, but if it doesn't read it, you can just swipe up and get right into your information. So what is not brung out about this particular feature of this tablet, this easy one-touch access, is that if you don't log totally out, totally shut your computer down and walk away, even though it times out, anyone can awaken it and get right into your information. But on the upside, this has a very bright display. It brings out that it's true to life when you're playing your videos from a 178-degree angle. And also the brightness from those different angles is really true to life. We know some displays we look at, if you look at it from an angle that it appears really dark or it totally blacks out. You can't even see anything on the screen. So it's very nice that they had these true to life viewing angles that the technology is bringing for us. That's a feature that we may be more familiar with in flat screen TVs. A lot of them are having this true to life viewing angles. That way you can see the display from multiple angles, no matter where you're seeing it at. And if you're doing like a video conference, this really comes in handy because you can actually see the person on the other end without it looking kind of more darkened and hard to see. So this is a very slim device, as mentioned before, very productive, allows you to carry it anywhere, especially with the detachable keyboard. Very sensitive keyboard. Some devices have those very flat, flush keyboards where it's kind of hard to tell if you're really hitting the button. Well, not the case here with Asus. Really imitating and bringing on board what the Windows Surface tablets has done, make it more real to life. It feels like you're typing on a keyboard more so than afterthought of a add-on keyboard. Really, a lot of thought went into designing this keyboard to make it feel like you're actually on a laptop and not just an accessory keyboard. What about the battery life though? I haven't personally charged mine all the way up and ran it all the way dead with full performance. I'm not a gamer, so I know a lot of gamers may be looking at considering this tablet. So you may want to look at other reviews that from people that are like really hardcore gamers and see what type of time you have on a full battery charge. But Asus is claiming to have 11 hours of screen on time. So that's a lot. So it's nice to see that at least they're saying that you're expected to get X amount of time from their battery. So altogether, you have a Windows updated iOS, quad-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM. But one thing we can't overlook, though, that this 2-in-1 that other 2-in-1s may be lacking is all the connectivities we need to perform our day-to-day duties. Whether you need to print something out from your 2-in-1, whether you want to hook it up as a monitor or you want to charge it. Some 2-in-1s don't give you a micro USB or a micro SD card slot or a micro HDMI. So this has all that. So you can really treat this like a true laptop without compromising having to send something by means of Wi-Fi, or you can't plug it in, so you got to find something that's compatible on another device to send it to, or we use Dropbox. So this is really a device you may want to consider if that really bugs you about other devices, whether it's an iPad or a Samsung device that don't give you the option to have a HDMI or USB plug-in to just straight print without having to have a compatible device to Wi-Fi or link it up to print off. Speaking of Wi-Fi, this has the latest Wi-Fi dual band, the 802.11 AC Wi-Fi technology. Super strong connectivity. You don't have to worry about the speed, dropping Wi-Fi, it disconnecting on you. So you have a really up-to-date device when it comes to Wi-Fi. And your storage, you do not have to worry about storage and speed on this. With 128 gigabytes of flash storage, you don't have to worry about having a device that's lagging behind because you have not enough storage to keep up with the processing. So one thing I left out, but is not to be overlooked, is this actually comes with pen. Now we know other devices that claim to have a pen along with it. It's an extra cost. It's an accessory to the device. It doesn't come with it. Asus gives you the pen to draw and to do your handwriting. The whole thing is all set up to work seamlessly with the Asus T102. So that comes in the package for when you purchase this Asus, you get that on board. Works seamlessly. You can draw, you can edit, and download apps to also work with it. Also, you can use your finger. So keep that in mind. Some devices is upwards of $100 for the accessory. That comes on board. That's part of the package with the Asus. So this device is more sufficient, more intelligent, and it has that quick launch feature that we see by using your fingerprint as a login option. So I hope this review helped anyone that is considering buying this tablet. You may be getting something here that's ahead of the curve